Hello everyone, welcome back to Train Simulator, welcome back to rainy England. We are here on the Great Western Mainline route, I think that's what it's called now. It just used to be called Oxford to Paddington. But anyway, I'm going to talk about, well, I bet you were hoping the next video was going to be about model train. Unfortunately not, I'm still working on that, kind of. We're just waiting to fill up with people, and then we'll be on our way to Reading, I think, Paddington, I don't know, one of them. Either way, today we are here to talk about the newest content that has been announced for Train Sim World. It does seem a little bit strange, but there is relevance to what I'm doing now. I heard guard's whistle. I got the green signal? I do. This is a career scenario, so I want the G-force meter up as well. But yeah, so the next content to be released in what you could call the new package of like the train simulator era. No, it's not an era, is it? I don't know what to call it. Anyway, it's kind of like its timing. I mean, it has been under a fairly dark cloud. No pun for the weathering game intended. But yeah, it's been under a little bit of a dark cloud for a while, concerning the quality of its releases, the frequency of those releases, and things like that. But I'm not here to touch on them about that today. I may cover that some other time. However, what I'm here to talk about today, I got there in the end. Don't judge me. Is, well, the new content. So it runs from London's Paddington Station, the mainline station, and I believe it goes out to Reading. I believe that's the distance you can do, and with it accompanies, similarly to the CSX heavy haul, which is now going to be kind of like the framework for Train Sim World. You get 3 locomotives, so you get a similar train to that. You do get the Class 43 HST, but it's no longer in any livery like this, not First, not Intercity, and not First Great Western. The livery it is under is the Great Western Railway. Now this is the reason they've done this is to keep it as recent and as up to date as possible. Because for those of you who don't know, First Great Western have rebranded as the Great Western Railway for the trains that run there. Well, it might be another company. I'm not too sure on which operating company it is. But yeah, so you get the Class 43. Almost like the Class 125 then. No, it's the Class 43 HST. It was the Intercity 125. Yeah, so you get the Class 43 HST, you get the Class 166 DMU, and you also get the Class 66. Possibly some of the 3 most prominent locomotives that run on that line. And as opposed to just running a freight service with the Class 66, like you can do in CSX Heavy Haul, with the other 2 diesel locomotives, you also get the option to run a passenger service. And with this, they've put it a bit wider range, because you can have the express passenger service, which is kind of what we're doing today. I need to, actually no, I can still keep that. I just need to keep an eye on the distance to Didcot. But yeah, you can also have the stopper service, just like a normal train service going from station to station, things like that. So, well, actually, I say that it's not all. They've added something else as well. But I mean, I'm looking at the Steam page at the minute just to try and see what they've. Whoops. Well, there goes all my fucking points. I'm really good at this, aren't I either missed a station or I'm fucking speeding. Brilliant. Wow, look at that. Already in the minus. But yeah, you can. There's something called Beat the Clock. And you basically just have to negotiate intense traffic, signals, keeping to rule in your nerve, and basically just making sure you get there on time. You can have the drive or ride with service mode, so you can basically experience 24 hours based on like the real world timetables, activities, things like that. So you can basically hop on and off trains as you want to, or you could just take control and ride along. It's entirely your choice. And then again with the new engine, Unreal Engine 4, it should be quite interesting. And I mean, it's out on the 24th of August, so it's still about a month away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the footage for the reveal trailer now. Just so you can get a look at it. I mean, it does look really nice. I mean, no one can deny it does look really nice. The thing I'm concerned about is how much content it'll have. That's the only thing that concerns me, because I mean, how many passenger services are you going to be able to run? How many express services? Are there going to be any problems en route? I mean, it's not so much issues, it's just like how diverse the scenarios are going to be. I mean, with the DMUs, you've got a little bit more play. It's like you have to connect up, like, say, three DMUs completely, or it's like you need to pull over into a siding. I mean, the same with the freight as well. You have to do some shunting, but that's kind of the same as CSX Heavy Haul, really. So just gives you a bit more of a British feel to it with the Class 66, I think, much more than anything. But at the minute, well, as part of the complete your collection thing they have going on at Dovetail Games, anyone that owns CSX Heavy Haul like myself can get it for £9.98, which on the face of it, it doesn't sound too bad. £9.98, that's less than a piece of normal Train Sim DLC. But therein lies the danger. £9.98, I mean, it's usually $24.99. But the ability to buy it for less than £10, it doesn't help but get you questioning how good it's going to be. So I mean, am I excited for it? Well, yeah, I kind of am, because it brings the new set, like the new set of graphics and physics and things like that into like the English service, because Dovetail Games, they've got a lot of experience with English trains, American trains, and even the German trains, really. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next one they work on after the Great Western Main Line is something more European. I know saying that living in England, it is in the continent of Europe, but I mean, we're kind of separated away from well, what is mainland Europe, which is like France, Germany, Portugal, Spain, Italy, places like that. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did a German one next, just to get the baseline down, because if you have a good baseline, then you can build up from there to make it absolutely amazing, which is something that people really want. I mean, it's something I definitely want for this, because I mean the complexity of scenarios in this game, in Train Sim 2017 and 2018, 19, however long it's going to go on for, it's great. I mean, the ones that Dovetail Games come out with, they're not as complex as people who literally just release scenario packs, because then they are solely having their time into making the scenarios, which is brilliant. I'm yet to check out a scenario pack, but I'm getting more and more interested in it. So hopefully I will do that in the near future. I'm speeding. How am I speeding? Oh shit. That's what it was warning me about. Whoops. Whoa, shit. Shut up. Wow. Minus 698 points. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to know what you guys think of this. I mean, the kind of feel around Dovetail Games and the world of Train Simulator right now isn't too positive. It's all quite negative. It's like, oh well, you should be focusing on this, you should be doing this, should be doing that. It's a little bit, I mean, it's not, I don't think I'd be wrong in saying it's a bit of a difficult time for them at the minute. I mean, they're pushing through it, they're just getting on with what they do. So I mean, hopefully they'll only 20 seconds, that's not bad. But yeah, I mean, it is a little bit difficult to get a read on how things are going to pan out for it. I mean, hopefully the content will just get better and better and better for Train Sim World. I really do hope so. I mean, with the diesels at the minute, it's kind of it's easy for them to try and keep like everybody happy. I mean, well, you can't please everybody because it's like there's people who just always want routes in like South Africa. What's another? What was another one? I really can't remember. I can only remember the request for the South African. But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of hard to get a proper like insight into how the community's feeling at the minute. I mean, they're not too happy with the fact that they just keep releasing piece after piece after piece, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, with some of the releases, I am a little bit disappointed. I mean, some of the more special releases they've had, like the Streamline Princess Coronation class, they only had one. They only had one, and it's like, that's not true. They made they made loads of them. It's the same with the A4s. They only made 6 A4s. I have more than that in model trains. I have about 10. I have about 10 model A4s. So like, yes, they do the Surviving 6. They did do with the original Ford. No, they didn't. It's, yeah. There's a lot of mixed feelings towards Train Sim right now. And this is absolutely gonna be no different. There's gonna be people who love it, gonna be people who hate it, people who are requesting other stuff, and with some, I mean, it's something new for everybody, and I'd probably say that Dovetail Games, even though they know their way around everything and how to do things right, they're still working things out. It's like they may encounter problems they've never had before when it comes to replicating something else. Because with the signal system in America, it's different how it is in the UK. I mean, we have the advanced warning system. They've had to put that in. Like, will it work properly? Will it break? Will it just break something completely catastrophically? Who knows? I mean, trying to put this into words is okay. Back off a little bit. Just as I cross over these points. But yeah, I mean, they're always going to have difficulties, and things are always going to take a little bit longer than everybody hopes and expects. But I mean, hopefully at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. I mean, me personally, I'm going to get it. It's £10. £10. I can do that, and I'm going to have a very good look at it because I really want it to be fun. But I mean, the next thing they've got to anticipate is electric trains, because they work differently to the diesels, and then also steam trains as well. Steam trains, I think, are going to be the hardest ones to try and replicate in Train Sim World, because I mean, if you watch like the developer diaries of it, they do show you a few little things and talk about it, and it's like, well, it's like they can implement, they can tell the game how much horsepower a certain thing outputs, how much torque, how much is dispersed per each wheel. And for diesels, it's, I mean, that's what I mean by the baseline. They have the baseline, so they can use that structure for things like the high-speed train, the class 166 and the class 66. It's easier for them to get acquainted and get themselves set, while some of them also learn how to implement other things, because although steam trains do put out a certain amount of horsepower, it is a little bit different in the way it works, because it's not done through an engine, because the steam locomotive is the engine. So it's, I mean, they've got to work out pressure, how much power that pressure would output, how much per turn. They've got a challenge. They've got a challenge, but I mean, what's life without a challenge? But I mean, some people are maybe a little bit impatient. I mean, I've been hoping they bring some new content to Train Sim World, but I also hope that they do expand on their current DLC range. I mean, I know that hope's probably like to hell and high water, but it's something that I really want. I want them to expand their current DLC that they already have out, because it would show that they still have the support for it. They still have the heart to keep on supporting it, fixing issues. But I mean, this is where a lot of the negativities come from. I mean, it's just they release DLC, they release a few patches like for a couple of months, and then they just leave it. Which, I mean, that's kind of how quite a few companies do it. But it's not the way to keep everybody happy. I mean, some people will be happy, they'll just play with it, so it's perfectly fine. But I mean, me personally, I would like it if they did keep updating it. I mean, in terms of, okay, for an example, I am going to use the A4s. I mean, they can do more than 6. A lot of them were either in British Rail Green, like the Union South Africa and the Dwight D. Eisenhower, LNE Argata Blue, like Mallard and the Dominion of Canada. They already have the template for the liveries. All they have to do is change the nameplates. Change the nameplates and the numbers, and there you go. And it's small things like that kind of give them this negative outlook, because it's like, oh well, it's all I have to do is this, they don't really care. That's the feel I get from it. And again, I'd like to hear you guys' opinion on this, because I mean, I can read it one way, but you guys could read it another. So it's genuinely how each of us read it individually. And while it hasn't been too positive at the minute, I hope that does take a turn for the better. And I hope the Great Western Main Line, it is an expansion, by the way, so you do require the CSX heavy haul base for it. But yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I am going to get it. I will do a video on it. take a hell of a good look at it because I really want to play it. I mean, let me know what you guys think of the expansion. And hell, maybe even if you're gonna get it or not. I mean, and if you're not, then maybe say why. It's all about just having a chat about trains, really, isn't it? Hell, everyone watches this likes trains. Did they like trains? Yes. Do they like hearing some random British sod ramble? Yes. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I can ramble for literally as long as I can, long as I want. But that's just one opinion. That's just one opinion out of millions of people. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it a little bit, but I'm also concerned. I think I've kind of put like my concerns out there, and I don't really need to explain them much more, or at all really. I mean, yeah. Let me know what you guys think of the expansion. Again, all the links you'll need will be in the description. I'll even put a link to the reveal trailer and the developer diary where they explain it. I'm not exactly just leaving you out in the cold with like nothing to go and look at. It's like, well, where's he got all this from? Well, look in the description. But yeah, if you guys want me to have a look at anything else that's coming up in the world of Train Simulator or Train Sim World, that sounded weird, then let me know. I'll have a look at it, and then I'll basically blag my opinion onto you over the course of about half an hour. Like that's kind of what I'm doing at the minute. I'm just blagging my way through this, half an hour at a time, which is great. I mean, I've got 3 days off, so I may make another video. I might stream. I don't know. I've been wanting to stream, but I never get the opportunities, really. I'm gonna try and slow down now. But yeah, so I mean, as we come into Reading, which I believe is our final stop. Shut up. Yes. We are currently, I mean, we are kind of on time, but also in serious shit right now. Oh my god. I have 3/4 of a mile to break 50 miles an hour. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna speed. Bollocks. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Oh my god, if I make this speed limit, I am amazing. I made it! Holy crap. That's the first time I've ever done that. Oh, I'm happy at that. That's so cool. But yeah, I mean, I will actually do when I do that video, I am going to do a comparison of this route. And also the one in Train Sim World. I'll see if I can edit them to be side by side. I should be able to, so I shouldn't have a problem. But yeah, just in case. But yeah, so as we come into Reading for the final stop, I would like to thank you guys very much for watching. Again, if you have opinions on Train Sim World or how the community is doing with Train Simulator at the minute, then let me know. I'd like to hear your opinions. It's quite interesting to see, or rather read, how other people see it. So, I mean, yeah, why not? Let's just have a chat. But yeah, hopefully one of my next videos will be a model train, either that or a Saturn V rocket from Lego. I've been after one of those for about 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month now. I want one so bad. They look so fun. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be better than this. Kind of another reason I want to upgrade from. I do want to upgrade from the sometimes misery of Train Simulator 2017. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll do the East Coast Main Line as well, because that's something everybody wants. Everybody wants the entire East Coast Main Line. Ugh, come on. Well, we're late. We're super late. Actually, we're a minute. We're 2 minutes late. So good, we're pulling in. But yeah, I'd look so close, so fucking close. Yeah, I would like to thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.